Well, I'm just out here doing some free advertisement for the people, and they didn't want no free advertisement.
Okay,
So,
yeah, we got a call about your videotape on their property. Do you have it?
No, I'm not on their property. I never step on nobody's property.
Oh, okay.
No, sir.
No, I've just got the call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Do you have a driver? Or
Well, I don't show my ID. I don't do nothing wrong. You understand? I'm filming in public, giving people free advertisement, and they approach me. And if you could just tell them that I'm not doing anything wrong, and
but you weren't on the property.
No, sir. I'm very careful not to do that. I'll pull GIS surveys, and been doing this a long time.
What are you videoing for, if you don't mind me asking?
First Amendment, protected activity. Just
doing like
yeah. Free advertisement.
Do you live around here? Are you from here?
I'm not from around here. Most people know me. I do this. I go around and show people right from wrong from right, and when they say they call the police, I don't leave. Yeah.
Just checking on it.
Yeah.
But you were never on the property?
No, I'm very close. Never ever to do that. Matter of fact, as far as I was right there at the edge of the curtilage, the GIS survey starts. Okay, if you can just explain to them I'm not doing nothing wrong, and we'll be good to go. What was your name, badge number? That's how you can tell, because Georgia Power can't come on your property unless. How you doing? Hey, buddy, you doing all right? Good to see you. What's your name, badge number?
Deputy Waters.
Waters, okay.
94524.
Sweet, man. Just out doing public photography, looking around, giving some free advertisement, and I didn't want to leave when they called the police on me.
Okay. Well, what is it that you're looking for?
Free advertisement. Just giving people free advertisement. Taking video, taking pictures in public. Our rights were so important. They made the First Amendment the first one instead of, so if you don't exercise your rights, they're going to go away, and that's just all I'm doing. Been doing it a while.
All right, guys, let's get something straight from the jump. What you're about to witness isn't just a routine police interaction. It's a textbook example of how authority often shows up with its mind already made. From the very first second, this officer approaches with a narrative locked in, not questions, not curiosity, but conclusions. The civilian is calm, articulate, and clear. He's exercising a First Amendment protected activity, filming in public, standing carefully outside private property lines. Yet none of that matters. The call itself becomes a justification. Evidence becomes optional. The law becomes flexible. This is where power usually wins, by banking on ignorance. But this time, it doesn't go as planned. Because the man standing there knows the law, knows property boundaries, and refuses to surrender rights just to make things easy. And that's when tension starts boiling.
Yeah, well, when you're on private property.
Well, I never. I'll be honest with you. I got the GIS survey. Their property line starts. I was telling him, you got the curtilage, you got the center line, then you count, I think, 23 feet back. And then the best way to do it is go by the telephone poles. No telephone poles is going to be on private property. So anytime you get your... No, I stand right there on that curtilage. Yeah, as far as I go, man. Been doing this a long time. I know right from wrong, right. That's what I try to teach people. Now, I walked all the way down this road, and I got a lot of good phone numbers. They might get some phone calls. They might say, man, good job. And if you need some paint and body work, but just people here just don't believe in the First Amendment. And I told them what I was doing.
What did they say to you when it came out?
Get out of here. We don't want you here. You might be trying to steal something. Get off my property. And I explained to him where I was, and then I come over here on this side, wait on him, and then be on my way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. I do this all over the place,
Right.
Having fun, taking pictures. I mean, look, you got a Nova, you got a Firebird old as me and you. Who wouldn't want to see that? That's going to get a lot of people to watch it, All right. Well, y'all be safe.
Well, just hang tight for me for a minute.
You're fine.
Did you give him some ID?
I don't have to do that. That's another thing I was explaining to him. Unless I've broken the law, you don't have to ID in the state of Georgia. Am I being detained?
Well, for the moment, yes.
For what crime?
Until we find out what's going on.
To what crime am I being committed?
We were called because you were on their property.
Right, and he determined I wasn't.
Okay. Hang tight. Just a minute, we'll get you out of here.
Am I being detained for an unlawful?
Clip 2. Listen carefully here, because this is where the familiar pattern kicks in. The officer presses for identification without a crime, without reasonable suspicion, without legal grounding. The citizen pushes back, calmly, respectfully, but firmly. He explains GIS surveys, curtilage, public easements, and long-established legal standards. This isn't random talk. This is someone who's done his homework. Meanwhile, the officer keeps circling the same claim. We got a call. That's it. No investigation. No verification. Just the word of a business owner versus documented law. And when authority doesn't get compliance, it escalates subtly at first. Questions turn into commands. Requests turn into detention. This is the moment many people fold. But not here. The camera keeps rolling. The word stays sharp, and the power imbalance starts getting exposed in real time.
Reason, yes or no?
Right now, you're being detained because you were on their property, and we're trying to find out what's going on.
Okay, and I can prove that I wasn't on their property, and they can't prove that I was. Or, you know, there again, I mean, issue me a trespass, I'll be on my way, and then we'll go to court. But, you know, this ain't my first rodeo. Can I get a supervisor?
Yes, sir.
Unless I'm not being detained, I'm free to go, I'll leave.
I'll stay here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't want you to come back on their property. Have you provided us with any of your information?
I've never been on their property.
Okay. Well, it's private property.
I've never been on their property.
Hang on.
Okay.
If they advise us they don't want you on your property,
That's fine.
We're going to tell you that you can't go on their property.
That's fine.
Okay. Can I see your ID, please?
You don't have to have my ID
Okay,
to issue a trespass.
Yes, sir, I do. I need to
If
identify
you're
you.
under threat of arrest, I'll give my ID. I'm with the supervisor, so y'all don't get in trouble.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, careful. Holy crap.
We just, so we can document it, we just want to.
I understand that, but why would you violate my rights? That's my Fourth Amendment right. They're violating my First Amendment.
All we got a call, we had to respond.
Right, but I didn't call you.
But they're stating you were on their property. That's why I went and talked to them. They said that because when I walked back over, you were standing on their property.
No, I was standing right
Yeah,
there.
you were standing in the parking lot. I'm telling you what I saw.
Now, what happens when we go to court? Well, let's say I sue you, I sue them, we go to court and find out I wasn't there, and you lose your qualified immunity because you didn't investigate. Investigating would be, okay.
All right, now things get serious. Detention is declared, but notice what's missing. A crime. No statute cited. No violation articulated. Just stay here. This is where constitutional rights are supposed to mean something. The Fourth Amendment doesn't bend because someone feels uncomfortable. Yet we watch an officer attempt to demand ID for a trespass warning, despite clear law stating otherwise. That's not confusion. That's overreach. The citizen calls it out, asks for a supervisor, and lays the situation bare. Investigate properly, review the footage, verify the facts. Instead, the officer doubles down. This is ego versus law, authority versus accountability. And every extra second of unlawful detention piles up, time-stamped and documented, turning this roadside interaction into potential courtroom evidence.
Turn the camera off, show me you wasn't on their property from start to finish, and you're free to go. Why haven't you said that? You're taking their word for it. I can prove mine. They can't prove theirs.
Morning, sir.
How are you? What was your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, it's Staff Sergeant Johnson, 93159.
Hey, Johnson. I was explaining to them, I'm out here exercising my rights, First Amendment right. Private property starts about 1.2 foot on the other side of that telephone pole per government document survey. Well, anyway, I did my homework. I'm down here giving some people free advertisement. They called the police to me. This deputy here legally detained me for 18 minutes and 32 seconds for no suspicion of nothing. He told me that I had to show him my identification to be trespassed. I explained to him I was on the curtilage of that road. Right there, their property starts at the front tire of that VW. And I'm trying to exercise my rights. Both of them gentlemen stood in a auditorium or courthouse with their hand on a Bible, and they swore an oath to protect my civil rights.
Yes, sir.
He's wanting my Fourth Amendment violated. He's wanting my First Amendment violated. And they called the police to me and lied. I got 28 minutes of video that shows me doing exactly what I'm doing right now on public property, exercising my right as an American.
And any time that you go on their property?
No, sir. I'll look. He knows exactly who I am.
Which one?
To the left.
Okay.
And I told him I'm going to file a formal complaint on him. And y'all have never, ever had a problem with Columbia County.
Right.
Ever. And once you realize who I am and what I'm doing
Right.
and it really makes y'all look bad, man. And I'm legally detained for no crime. That's a
So when they got the call from
right.
the business owner.
Right, and to this second, this deputy here to this second says that their property starts in the road, that he's seen me own the property. That's what's causing the uproar.
I got you.
That's what's causing the uproar. He don't know where GIS survey starts. You can't put a fence up and keep Georgia Power out. You can't put a fence up and keep, the fire hydrants out. That's what I'm doing.
This is where the supervisor arrives, and with him, the temperature shifts. The citizen clearly explains the property boundaries, the surveys, the public right-of-way, and the purpose behind what he's doing, educating the public and exercising rights that too many people are afraid to use. He reminds them of the oath they swore, hands on a Bible, to protect civil liberties, not convenience. The accusation is heavy. First Amendment interference, Fourth Amendment violation, and it's backed by nearly half an hour of recorded proof. The supervisor listens, processes, and finally acknowledges the reality. The man is legally standing on public property. No crime, no trespass, no justification for detention. The illusion of authority cracks, and accountability steps into the frame.
And I'd like to be on my way, safe in my papers, and, that's where I'd like to be.
I got you.
I've been detained too long for a crime I hadn't committed, and these people think it's funny, and
As long as you haven't been on their property, that's fine.
absolutely.
Because you're outside their property, and you're legally doing what you need to
Absolutely.
do.
Can you explain that to them so they don't violate anybody else's rights?
And they don't want you on their property.
Absolutely. And I don't go on
That's
their
why they were
property.
just saying a criminal trespass warning. So you've been warned.
I've been warned the first time that don't get an ID. The second time you do. See, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. Try to.
I'm good to go with you if you're.
Well, I'm good to go. Am I still detained? Thank you. Well, and thank you. I'll wait till y'all leave and then I'll leave.
You got it.
Have a good day.
And this right here is the takeaway. From the very beginning, one officer chose a side and stuck to it. Facts be damned. Whether it was ignorance of the law or deliberate disregard driven by ego doesn't even matter anymore. The damage is the same. Rights were challenged, time was stolen, and power was misused. But this encounter also shows why knowledge is dangerous to unchecked authority. When you know your rights, you don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to comply with unlawful orders. You just stand your ground and let the truth expose itself. This is why awareness matters. This is why cameras matter. And this is why channels like this exist. To remind everyone watching that rights only disappear when people stop exercising them.